What's going on? Somebody that ticked China off. They out here exposing Prada, Gucci, all the luxury brands out here. I'm going to bring you guys all these videos. However, did y'all know that Lexus, it stands for Luxury Exports to the United States, meaning AKA gotcha. It's the exact same Toyota, exact same parts, exact same makers, exact same everything, except for they just flip that Toyota sign off and throw a Lexus sign on there. That's it. That's all. They charge you an extra $30,000, $40,000, and we in the United States are dumb enough to fall for it, and they've been getting away with it for literally 40 years. I'm going to bring you guys, human nature is absolutely undefeated. Look at Payless. Payless did an experiment to see what you guys will go out there and buy. Exact same shoe, exact same everything. They just called it luxury. Watch this.
We rebranded for a weekend. We built a fake luxury store, filled it with avant-garde sculptures and displays. We even hired a full team of sales associates. Then we filled all the shelves with Payless shoes and jacked up our prices as much as 1,800%. And finally, we gave it what you might call a fancier name. Welcome to Payless.
Payless is just such high quality, high fashion. It's taking your shoe game like up to the next level.
It's like very, European, very, upscale.
The guests at the Payless grand opening party had no idea any of these shoes were from Payless.
It looks really well made. I love a heel that's kind of chunky because it means you can like jump up and down, do some backflips maybe.
It's a stunner. It's one of those shoes that you're just going to get compliments on over and over again.
Elegant, sophisticated, and versatile.
For me to experience this as an Italian designer is amazing.
I could definitely wear this to like a Met Gala dinner.
Just think it's so unique.
I would definitely spend $295 on a pump like this.
I would pay like $300-400 for these shoes for sure.
I'd probably spend about $500 on this.
Compliments are great and all, but would these fashionista influencer types open up their wallets for our shoes? We watched from a room backstage as our first customer approached the register. We all celebrated the first sale, but then we witnessed more and more shoes selling. Shoes sold for $250, $400, and even $600. But before any of them left, we let them know the shoes were actually from Payless.
Wow.
What? No way.
From Payless. And they didn't spend all that money. Human nature is absolutely undefeated. The human mind. And that's what a lot of these luxury brands are exposing. That's what so what they do with celebrities is they say, wow, you know what? I could send this $10 Prada shoes to Cardi B. And it cost us $10. So what? So let's just send it to her. And then we gonna charge $50,000 for this Gucci bag. And people would actually fall for it. And sure enough, they did. So they see Cardi B with a Gucci and Prada and all this. And they like, oh yeah, we need to get that. And people run out and spend $100,000. That's why a lot of celebrities now are like, look, we wear fake jewelry. For what? It just gets stolen. They lose it. And they out of hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. And we are too busy trying to look rich versus be rich. That's why I don't have a lot of sympathy for people who are broke. It may sound harsh. I know some people's situation they can't help. But a lot of people, if you loan somebody money or give somebody money, because you ain't getting it back, make no mistake. You give somebody money, watch their spending habits, and then you kind of automatically start watching these spending habits. Like, yo, you spending money every day out. You don't make food. You buying $300 shoes every day. All of them share the exact same common denominator. They're horrible with money. That's why when people run over that border, they are financially free within a year. They get here, they're not buying this. They're not buying Gucci. They're not buying Prada. They are buying businesses. This is why my community, a lot of people, we need jobs. Give us. We'd rather beg for what we need and spend on what we want.
Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this, revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go! Hang Long from Singapore, or Baudin Durax for their lambskin from France. Tannery Haas, Italian Tannery, Fight. La Britannia from Italy. Guess where I found all those secret suppliers? All in APIF Hong Kong.
Look at this. Look at the prices she gonna tell people.
Or this. $2. All in $2. If you need backup supplier, contact me.
Say, hey, you need a backup supplier? Come holler at me. $2. Those $500 bags y'all Cardi B wearing, we got them for $2. $2, not 200,000. This bags people are literally buying for $100,000.
Recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are all...
So they pretty much telling you, we got you, and it's game is over. And if you're stupid enough to buy that stuff, that's your business. You could be that dumb. But if you follow somebody, that's why a lot of people, our community, nobody else is buying that stupid. When you look at who's buying most of that, guess who it is? The brokest people make the dumbest financial choices. That's why I'm telling you, when you talk to somebody broke, and that's why I was telling somebody this the other day, they're scared and they horrible. When you talk to somebody rich, yo, did you invest today when the stock market crashed? My millionaire partner. Did you buy today? Absolutely. Hey, did you buy another house? They are not scared ever. And they invest their money. And they are never ever buying Prada, ever buying Chanel. They would take that money and rather invest it and flip that $500 into $1,000. Us that got a big bow, give us a job, please. They're not being fair. I need a job, and they should. You don't see anybody else begging for jobs. No. You know why? Because they're not spending their money on dumb-ish. They're not. They're buying businesses to make more money. Their dollar is working for them, not against them. And they have enough sense to say. So I remember when I went to the Swap-A-Rama to buy some Jordans, and I did a live, and people was like, no, don't buy those. Those are fake. And people were talking about fake Jordans and fake. And I'm like, I don't buy Jordans. I buy regular shoes. I buy cheap stuff. And I had to Google, wait a minute, what's the difference with Nikes, fake Jordans? So I type it in, and somebody was saying, well, if you get a magnifying glass and look really close, and you might see a slight stitch off. I'm like, what? Come to find out, it's made in China. All the Nike do is they hire somebody, a Chinese, they pay them $2 per shoe and give it to you for $350. Huh? And then that exact same maker, instead of shipping it out to Nike, they ship it to their homeboy and they sell it back door. So you're skipping the middleman, which is Nike, and you getting it for $30, $40 in the Swap-A-Rama somewhere. And I'm like, so why am I going to Nike? So I'm asking people, like, for real, yeah, wait a minute. It's the exact same leather, exact same stitches, exact same maker, exact same everything. I'm spending $300 for what? Just to say they are real? Okay. That's how silly that sounds. You understand how silly that sounds? A Lexus. So now when I see people with Lexus, and people are still out, I want to buy a Lexus just to tell people I got a Lexus. I'm buying a Prada bag just to say I got a Prada bag to show people I got it. I'm trying to understand it. Why would instead of flipping that money for your great grandkids to have extra money, we would rather live for the day. That's why I do not have a lot of sympathy for us and a lot of the silly, stupid stuff we do. Because I already know who's the biggest buyer of all these. Leather, Prada, Gucci, and all the stupid, silly stuff. And then we cry because we don't have jobs. We don't have businesses. Their celebrities and millionaires and billionaires are putting flood money back into their community. So their children don't have to rob. Their children don't have to kill each other and steal each other and go to jail. Their children are multimillionaires and millionaires. Within a year, they come here and they like, psh, we made it. Because everybody set up shop in our neighborhoods because we spending $2 and $3 trillion a year. We're the biggest consumer. We work for hot $5. And in 2050, facts, just looked it up. They are estimating us, in my community, to have a negative. I don't even understand how that's possible. To have a negative net worth. What is that? They are, and I'm sure, without me even doing any further research, I am sure that's correct. Because I see us. Everybody that's need to borrow some money. Everybody that don't have a down payment on a house and have to rent and spend an extra $500. Everybody that don't have money to invest but have Jordans and they G'd up from head to toe every day. That's why I dress bummy and I don't care. I let it be known. Look, I got 2 pair of pants I wear almost every day. I'm bummy. And I'm proud of it. Yeah, so what? You think I'm a bum? Okay, yeah, cool. Thanks, buddy. Material things do not. And so what we have to do is teach your children. Even if you're materialistic, teach your children. Don't overspend. Payless, these shoes, thrift store, and if you do buy them, make sure they last forever. They keep up with them. But no, I don't have sympathy for a lot of people. I just don't. Because when you look and see what they're doing with their money, that's the silly ish they're doing. They're going on vacation and they just splurging on everything. Food, everything they buy is just luxury and just spend. Exact same spending habits. Y'all let me know what you think. Peace, y'all.
On fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy.